Welcome back to Fox News Rising. Every once in a while, we all need a little motivation when it comes to being the best we can be. A little boost to encourage the soul here. Right now, I'm joined by a man who knows exactly how to give the lift you need, Thom McKinney, author of Play to Win. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us. You own an international management consulting firm right now, and in the past, you've been in the radio, television, business, management side, but it wasn't all roses in the beginning. You've had a lot of struggles to get where you are today. Can you tell us your little story?
Sure. I started life in West Virginia as a little kid, and then we moved to Greenville, South Carolina, and then from there to New York City. And as many young kids, I grew up in Harlem, you look to whatever is there in order to make a living. And so it was drugs, women, or any other hustle that you could make. And so that was the life. And then from 1954, when we moved to New York City, to 1959 when I left, we lived in about 18 different places. And so I went in the Army to escape that. And so from that point on, having this dream about who I could be, and life just took me on that journey.
Yeah, you've had so many struggles, and some people would have done so many more terrible things than you did. But how did you get yourself out of it and out of this rut that you were in?
Well, it was
mentally.
It was always wanting to be somebody, and you saw things. You saw television. You saw people in Europe and Africa and Asia, and you thought, I could do that, but not quite sure how to do it. But somewhere in my mind, there was always that push to just keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. And so that was it. I just said, I'm going to be able to do it and put a plan together to make it and go to school and do those kinds of things.
So you had a paradigm shift. And when did you start writing this book called Play to Win the Game? Success Lessons courtesy of Miss Louise and Uncle Sam.
I started writing the book about 3 years ago, and it took me about a year and a half to finish it.
So some of the biggest influences in your life was Miss Louise. Can you explain to people who that is?
Yeah, Miss Louise is my mother, who was, as I thought back in my early years, was the matron from Purgatory, who was a strict disciplinarian and said, you have got to do the right thing or else I am going to whoop your butt.
She was very physical.
She was very physical. But again, I think she did it the way she knew how. But there were times when I remembered it. I can remember being in Hawaii and some of my friends saying, let's do something. And all I could think about, my mother's in New York, I'm in Hawaii, 6,000 miles away, and I said, if I do that, my mother is going to kill me.
So she scared you straight?
She scared me straight. And then I think the military helped me with the discipline and helped me understand what it would meant to be prepared and to have a plan and to, you know, charge and to be honest and so forth and so on.
And let's talk about the plan in your book here. The first chapter, lesson 1, create a game plan. What do you want people to do?
Well, I think this, when you know you want something out of life, figure out how you're going to get it. What is it that you want? Figure out what resources you need. How am I going to do it? What people, what things do I need in order to be successful? And so I think you need to do that. Most people don't put the time into planning. They'll plan a project, but they don't plan their lives. They don't think about what it is I should do in order to be successful.
So think about the bigger picture.
Exactly.
All right, and number 2, lying, stealing, and cheating will get you thrown out of the game, something you definitely don't want to do. You can be honest and still get ahead.
Exactly right. I think this, your reputation is the thing that will open doors for you or close doors for you. So I think it is important to be really honest with the things and the people around you in order to be successful, because we're talking about being able to go over a long period of time. You know, your life is a long journey, it's not one destination, and so you want to sustain success, and I think honesty and having a great reputation is one of the ways to do that.
And lesson number 3, have game behind the game face.
Yeah, I think you have to really prepare yourself. You know, you see people, they talk about doing things, and I think you have to have faith in yourself. I think you have to believe in who you are. I think faith is important in who you are and what your abilities are, and be able to stretch out and do the things you do. But you need to be strong and understand that, yes, there are times that you're going to run into obstacles, but you put your game face on and go. But you have to have strength behind that game.
And number 4, really quickly, you've got to hustle and grind to win.
I think faith is important, but faith without work is no good. I think you need to be able to work. You cannot plow a field in your mind. You've got to be able to push hard and work hard.
And for the rest of the lessons, you have to buy the book. Where can we do that?
You can buy it on Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com, Exlibris.com, and hopefully in your local bookstore soon.
And you're good friends with your mom right now?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. She's 90 years old. She still threatens to whip me every now and then.
All right, that's a mom for you. Thank you so much, Thom McKinney, for coming in and joining us this morning.